this was quite the week for all of us. John and I missed the Bills game, but that's okay. The Bills still won. But we all hit them all. We all had pretty good weeks. 4-2, 4-2, 5-1. Pat again gets the extra win. Unfortunately, choosing Cleveland kind of bit you in the butt there, buddy. Which we were hoping that it would.
Brandon, I was gonna say we're saving ourselves putting Cleveland on the ballot here.
Never again. Not again. Never again.
Not again. Okay.
Yeah.
Not again. That's when they'll win. So
I am aware. Same thing with the Chiefs. When we pick the Chiefs not to cover.
Well, let's see here.
I had a bad beat too. Tennessee didn't cover the spread by the hook. Tennessee won by
half point hook, buddy.
Won by 3, and you guys had New England minus 3.5 or Tennessee minus 3.5. No, New England plus 3.5 is what you guys had. So I lost that pick. But
all right, so these spreads this week, we have a mix of a large spread and a zero spread pick 'em. So again, now looking at the scoreboard, Pat's 31-23, John's 30-24, and now I am way behind at 29-25. So I gotta get something happening.
That's one game. That's one game back.
Well,
from
it's
me.
like a game and a half, right?
2 games back from Pat.
Okay,
game and a half.
We're kicking off the week at Arrowhead, division matchup. Now, if Kansas City is going to win all their games, obviously this is a must win. Haha. But Denver boasting one of the best defenses in the league, right? They are playing Bo Nix is like decent as a quarterback. So Denver at Kansas City. Kansas City's -8. Big time spread. Pat, do you think Kansas City clears that easily?
I do. As this book would say, all gas, no brakes until you get to Buffalo. But
until you get to Buffalo.
I love it. I got to go Kansas City here too. I think Bo Nix is going to get the doors beat off of him at Arrowhead against that defense. The Denver defense might be able to slow down the Kansas City offense, but I don't know. Denver defense looked good, and then they played the Ravens, and got ran over. So, what do you think, Brando?
I'm rolling with you. My gut says to take the points, but the Denver's offense is really bad. I don't like them a lot. And to see Mahomes, did you see his injury? It looked a lot worse than it was. He just runs out of unless he gets more Toradol in that leg, which has just seen so much of it. But I'm taking the Chiefs.
Yeah. We took the points against the Chiefs last week and got it to cover. So we're riding the wave the other way.
Whoa, wait a minute.
I mean, I'd trust Baker over Bo Nix though.
Yeah. Sorry.
We took the points last week for Baker. Yeah.
Yep.
Brandon, you picked the Chiefs to cover last week. Not us. Did not. Me and Pat.
So this next game, super interesting, I think. Pittsburgh kind of looks a little dangerous. Washington looks elite. The spread is pretty close. Washington -2.5. I will always pick against Pittsburgh in a big game. I think Jaden Daniels has it right. He is a stud. They went and got Marshawn Lattimore. Great pickup for not a lot, right? They did a 3rd round pick, 4th round pick. So add him to this defense. They're going to lock Pittsburgh up. What do you guys think?
I think the only thing dangerous about Pittsburgh is if you trip and fell in the river. Give me Washington.
Yep. I think the only thing dangerous about the Washington Commanders is Marcus Lattimore's rap sheet. Give me the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I forgot that was a good trade. Yeah, trade from the Saints. So you know who's
Marshawn Lattimore. Pardon, but he's part of the Rookie of the Year felony conspiracy. But
oh, that's right, Pat. You gave us some interesting stats on that, right? What was that again? What was that stat?
Like it's an alarming amount of offensive and defensive Rookie of the Year players face suspension for whatever conduct reasons.
Gotcha. Yep. Oh yeah, that's right. We had a trivia on that. Go back and listen to that one. But yeah, good trade for the Commanders there. And you know who's the most happy about that trade is Mike Evans.
Yeah,
because he always got locked down twice a year by him. So
So now we're going to our pick'em game. We have the Jets at Arizona. Jets are looking to still save their season. Arizona,
back it up, Brando. Skip the game. Your favorite boys.
Oh my God, how do I do this? Why do I do this? Okay,
it's all right.
This could be the game of the week here. We've got the Lions at the Texans. This spread is closer than I might think it would be. Detroit -3.5. They get you on the half-point hook. We got beat on the half-point hook last week. John, do you think the Lions cover?
Yeah. Easy answer. They're rolling. This isn't going to be the game that trips them up. I don't think Houston matches up well against Detroit. I think that Detroit will definitely lose more games this year. But I don't think that Houston's a matchup issue for them. But what do you guys think?
Well, does CJ Stroud have the exact same hair that Brandon had facially at 19 years old? Correct. Yes. Give me the Lions. Big dub. Just so you know, CJ, you look like crap. Brandon looked legit.
Okay,
But-
Brandon, you're going to need to send me a picture so we can do a side-by-side for the YouTube.
You mean the chin hair that he has? The little bit of like right here? Dude,
He
I
tried
was
to.
just talking about that.
It's a bad Habermas Stan attempt, is what it is.
Well, I was looking at this picture from a while ago. It was the picture with Josh Allen I have. I have this like real grimy goatee, and I thought I was the coolest dude ever. And I'm like, I look like an idiot. I don't know why people didn't tell me about this sooner. I just was happy to grow something on my chin. So,
All right. I'm sure we won't feel that way 10 years from now about Pat's mustache right now or anything.
No, or I had a man
just
bun
kidding.
too as well, and a ponytail. So like, no
See,
love lost.
You can flex all
pull
the
that off.
styles, man. Like there's,
sure.
yeah. I can't pull off the facial hair. It's all orange when it comes out for some reason. I'm not even a ginger,
hilarious.
but apparently I have enough Irish heritage for my face. So yeah, we
That's
just
funny.
shave it. But anyway,
Do you guys
I digress.
Do you remember a couple weeks ago when Washington was -3 over Cleveland, and I said it might be the bet of the year?
Yep.
I kind of feel that way with Detroit against Houston this week. -3.5 is very small for how good Detroit has looked.
It's true. I might be too early to say, but is Houston getting Nico Collins back this week by chance?
I think they will be getting Nico Collins.
They have to for this line to be where it is, right? I would think so.
Search it real quick.
Again, it's Wednesday. It's not going to be definite, but
I have no idea. I can't find it down here. Yeah.
this has been research with NABP. Next game.
Says he's still on injured reserve.
All right. So they got to open up a practice window for him still.
Interesting. Well, if they don't have Nico Collins, then y'all should be running to DraftKings to bet the Lions without this. This is not financial advice, but I would be doing it. So,
You will be doing it,
I'm taking
probably.
Detroit. Yep, I got to put that on there. All right, now we're going to go back to the game that I stuttered on. Jets at Arizona. It's a pick'em game. The Cardinals are sneaky good here, I think, but not good enough to finish. And Aaron Rodgers is high all the time. So if you pick your poison, John, which one you want?
I'll take Arizona. Again, Call of Duty curve. I don't know if that's fully set in yet, but I like Arizona at home. I think their running game matches up pretty well against the Jets running defense. So, which has proved to be a little bit of a weakness this year for them.
I think I'm going to take the Cardinals as well here. The mobile quarterback, Marvin Harrison Jr. Jets should be competitive in this game though, but I like that it's a pick'em game. So Arizona's going to sneak this one out after a couple tight losses.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, give me the Cardinals. I feel like they're sort of good.
Yeah,
Sort of good.
That's how I feel about them. Sort of good.
sort of good. Me too. Yeah.
They could win a playoff game and set their franchise back a couple more years by doing that. Probably, these teams that are kind of mediocre should probably just like sink to the bottom and rise to the top. But
No. That's what makes the league interesting. I mean, we have a bad taste in our mouth because we watched 7 and 9
because
seasons.
we did that for 17 years. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I saw a post about Danny DeVito with the Giants yesterday about how it cost him Jaden Daniels because he wins one game as a backup quarterback. Just that mediocre win, right? You can't have that. You got to sink to the bottom. But
When do you guys think the last Cardinals playoff win is?
it's not. Carson Palmer took him to the NFC champion. No, yeah, are they in the NFC? Yeah,
I think
Carson
that
Palmer
might
took
be
them
it.
to the NFC championship game.
with Bruce Arians as coach.
I'm trying to look here.
Either 2017, 2018.
I think it's before that. Might be
But
like
it's Carson Palmer.
2015.
It's not Kyler.
All right. Last time they were in the playoffs was okay. So they lost one playoff game in 2021.
That's the Rams blowout game, right?
Yes, I think so. That's 2021, and then before that is 2015, which has got to be Carson Palmer, right?
Yep.
1-1.
Interesting.
Although no. Okay, so not the last. The last time was not the time they went to the NFC Championship game. That would have been 2008 when they were 3-1 in the playoffs. They were 1-1. They lost in the divisional round in 2015.
All right, Carson, I was giving you a little too much credit there, bud.
Well, I'm reading an article right now about Carson Palmer. He spent 5 years there, right? Only 5 years there. They inducted him into the Cardinals Ring of Honor for his 5 years that were there. And if you keep reading this is kind of interesting. I believe he didn't do a whole lot. It doesn't say anything except a successful 5 year stretch.
All those years, but
I mean, he played in one playoff game two playoff games, one playoff appearance as an Arizona Cardinal.
Wouldn't it be more than that?
It's actually super funny. So he plays.
Sorry. I was going to say, okay, so I'm so sorry. That 2015 season was a Super Bowl season, not the championship game. So it is the, Chrome. Okay, reopen, close tab.
Cardinals didn't go to the Super Bowl in 2015.
No. It looks like Carson Palmer. I don't know what happened in 2013 either.
So
did they
let
not
me read this to you.
Multiple wins of 10 plus seasons, though.
Sorry, 2008 was the Super Bowl. That's what I meant. 2015 was the Carson Palmer championship game season. Sorry, I got everything flipped around. Everyone's so confused that's listening to this.
No. I apologize. It's okay. So we said he got inducted into the Ring of Honor, right? The dude plays 5 seasons, but it's really not 5 seasons. 2013, 16 games played, had a good season, 24 touchdowns. Guess how many interceptions?
17.
22. 2014, dude plays 6 games. 2015, he plays 16 games. He has a very good season. 4,600 yards, 35 TDs, 11 interceptions. 2016, 15 games, 26 touchdowns, 14 interceptions, over 4,000 yards. 2017, his 5th year, 7 games, 9 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. So really the guy played 3.5 years, got inducted into their Ring of Honor.
Let me give you a hypothetical. If the Bills, after breaking the drought in 2017 with Tyrod Taylor, had not made the playoffs again from then until now, would we be thinking about Tyrod Taylor on the Wall of Fame?
Absolutely not.
I would think sure? 50.
Are you sure? Like, okay, how many years is that? So that would be like, okay, 6 years since the drought-ish, 6 or 7. So that's 6 or 7 years plus 17. So we're looking at like a 25-year period where you made the playoffs once. Don't you think you put the quarterback that got you there on the Wall of Fame?
Also, though, that snow game where it's Nathan Peterman and Joe Webb that basically hand us an opportunity to beat the Dolphins in Miami.
Don't forget about Shady.
And Shady in a foot of snow.
Rushing
I'd say that was more in spite of Nathan Peterman. Right.
So I don't know.
Absolutely not. This is an interesting debate about retired jerseys, Ring of Honor jerseys. Now, I always reference the Detroit Red Wings because you had to win a championship to have your number retired. I don't know, Ring of Honor, if that's a jersey retirement number or if it just puts your name up there. Maybe there's
it's each team's Hall of Fame.
Which I mean, the Bills, when's the last time they've inducted a player that we've seen in our lifetime other than like Eric Moulds, I guess? Really? Why is Kyle Williams up there? Why is he not up there?
They haven't added a name to the wall in a lot of years.
I would think even Lorenzo Alexander might be a stretch, but maybe like Hyde or not Poyer, because he did just hand us a W, so maybe you do slap him up there. But
go back and forth on that one.
They have 31 members on their Wall of Fame. The Bills do.
Yeah, see, we used to have this conversation early on in the pod, like who should the next Wall of Fame? I mean, this conversation's definitely been beat to death, but I think they're just waiting for the new stadium, right? Because they're going to induct people into what might not even be a Ring of Honor or the Wall of Fame. It might be actually like a Hall of Fame, like Bills Hall of Fame. So
like the Yankee Stadium has like Trophy Park or whatever,
right? Yeah, Monument Park.
I think they're just I think the Bills used this opportunity to build a new stadium just so it wasn't made a big thing of them taking OJ off the wall. Now they just don't put him in the new one. Like that's problem solved, right? Just build a new stadium to do that.
Yeah, it's taxpayer money, baby.
All right. Speaking of taxpayer money, I feel like Drake May is playing with house money right now. That man is just balling. Does not give a shit about anything.
That is right. But Caleb Williams might be in the way of this here. Now, this is a big line, Pat, and I appreciate you saying this. Chicago's a 6.5 point favorite. Are you taking Drake May here?
No, absolutely, dude. Come on. The Bears got absolutely stomped. They got stomped. What's his name? Darnell Mooney walked off the field.
No, it was it was Moore. It was
DJ Moore. Yeah,
DJ
I'll be
Moore,
all right.
Yeah.
DJ Moore walked off the field. I mean, I don't know. Give me the Pats. They'll at least cover.
Yeah, I was back and forth on this, but again, give me some points here.
I'm taking the points. No, I'm not taking the points. I'm
You're
so
not
sorry.
saying- I was gonna say,
I'm taking
yeah.
Chicago. I'm taking Chicago. Go Bears. The Bears. They're gonna bounce back this week. 6.5 points. Caleb Williams can score more than Drake May. That's what I meant to say. So give me,
Right.
give me
Except
the
for last
Bears.
week.
Yeah.
But
All right, Ditka, what do we got up next?
The Bills at the Colts. All right. This is crazy too. Only 4-point favorites. The Bills are -4. This is crazy number. Interesting fact. Jonathan Taylor is not as good with Joe Flacco at quarterback. Let me find the stat. I accidentally.
Does Anthony Richard have a softer hand? Like, what's the deal with that?
Good question.
well, I mean, I feel like Anthony Richardson being a threat to run also kind of might.
Maybe. I would think Joe Flacco being a threat to throw should give some
shit.
lighter boxes, maybe.
Okay, I got it right here. With Anthony Richardson, 76 carries for 396 yards and 5 touchdowns, averages 5.5 yards per carry. Joe Flacco, 29 carries, 106 yards, 3.6 yards per carry. So, quite a difference. You know, every
Joe
inch
Flacco
counts.
effect.
So,
He's
I think you're hammering the Bills on this, right? Like this is 91% of the money is in on Buffalo.
I bet on this show on Buffalo every single week, and I pick the Bills. I never put any money on Buffalo money line. I feel like I did it once and they lost, and then that was the end of that. Like I was like, I can't. I've done the emotional hedge before. I've bet the bill against the Bills, so that I'm like, that's the emotional hedge. $10 down on that, and then if the Bills lose and I'm sad, I'm like, oh, I made $9, which is not exactly a consolation prize, but yeah, it's a great. I think it's a great setup for the Bills. Obviously, it's a lot different situation than when they went into Indianapolis and got stomped. Actually, I think that game was
No,
in
it was at
Buffalo.
home, yeah.
It was in
Yeah.
Buffalo, yeah. So, yeah, give me the Bills, baby. How you
Me
guys
too.
feeling?
Go Bills. Blow it out.
Pat, I see an outright Bills win here on the sheet, not a Bills to win, not to cover. Are you okay over there?
Yep. Just a correction from my previous stat. We are 1-2 when Dorian has 12 or more tackles. He's not going to have any tackles because they're going to be down the entire game and passing the rock. Yeah, give me the Bills.
Go team.
Love
Go.
it. Love it. That's our resident fact checker, Pat Cap, there getting the stats right. Pat, I always appreciate when you fact check yourself because that saves me a little bit of work in post for sure.
Yeah.